Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to another ST Turtle video. Today we're going to be teaching you guys some lineups for the new agent GEKKO. We're going to be tackling ASCENT first here. So yeah, hop in, get suited and booted, and let's get to it. So I think a big thing to remember about GEKKO and initiators in general is that your job is to flash your team onto site or to use utility to take space away from the enemy team. That way your team, your duelists, whoever is getting on a site, taking more advantageous space away from the enemy teams as well. They're capitalizing on you using your utility. So to get started, let's talk about getting agents off of sites. So a lot of people like to play the back of B site here, especially if KJs have a setup along this side. They can hold right here. And so we're going to line up pretty easily, stand fully back in the tuck corner. So the thing about GEKKO is there's a horrible arm on his mollies. So a lot of these lineups are going to require taking a step forward of momentum. But that being said, the lineup should still be pretty easy. You're going to initially start with Dizzy, the icon for him, the top of his shell or the outer of his shell being lined up at the bottom left corner of the box right here. And you're going to take a step forward and throw. What'll that do is this will clear land on the back of stairs and it will clear really anyone off so they can't hold this angle. But this line right here, in market, you look up, a good indicator of if you're lined up right now is that giraffe snout or nose, whatever you want to call it, is in line with that. You're going to aim at the top of this line, step, throw. And that's going to clear all of market. So the people here can't peek main without taking damage. They have to be stepped off. Alright, so if you're playing against an enemy KJ, your molly will destroy all of their lineup and setup. So if you put your Thrasher icon in the bottom corner of the box like I am, and then look up, and look at this line right here. Right click. It'll clear over on this line and destroy all of KG util. Now on to flashes. The biggest thing and biggest difference about GEKKO compared to other initiating flashers is that you can pick up your util. So not only do you have to think about where you're throwing it to get the most blinds and take away the most angles, but also an advantageous position for you to be able to pick it up to be able to reuse again on this line. Just aim at this bottom corner and throw. It'll look like it'll clip it, but it'll fall, and then it'll sit here. So when your team does inevitably get on site, it has a pretty long timer. You can safely take this. Sit on the edge of this box, and I want you to aim right here. What this is going to do is going to flash the majority of site, the angles here, 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 and even here, and mark it, and then it should land and be able to be picked up right here. So anywhere kind of in this section right here, throw, it'll come out, do the flashing, and land logs. You can then re-pick up your util pretty safely. Another general tip and trick is that the best thing about your flash that's better than breach or better than others is that it'll show you directionally where the enemies are. Well, you will see the projectile of the gloop hitting people on their face. So if I flash out, we know that they're right. If you want to use molly for post plant, a good idea is just to stay in the back corner while your team's on site. And if it's planted for default right here, then just look anywhere in this little white crevice up here, right there. So just come out, look anywhere right there, and give it a throw. Should bounce off the back wall, splooge most of site. And then if you have space and you know they're on site and you're the last one or anything of that nature, you are open to market here, which I'm not a big fan of. But it's all dependent. Anywhere in that white space in between the wood, line up your cursor, throw, and it'll land for default. Let's actually talk B defense now. So if you line up in this back corner and you give a step throw lined up with this wiring, it should land and go ahead and land us here, right inside of main. The number one thing I like about this lineup is not only does it clear main right there, but it also pushes people off of this back holding corner. So you cannot be here. You have to be wider out with that dot right there. And on a full speed run, as long as you're in line with that, it'll hit. Boink, boink. There you go. Stop the diffuse on default. Alright, and outside of that, let's say you're playing from A site on defense and you know the team is planting or getting ready to plant here, and your team calls out to get a rotate. If you have the time and you have the setup, nice and easy, stand right here, aim at this box right here, and throw. No run needed, nothing like that. It'll bounce off the wall, clear default. If you're in a hurry and you're running from site, anything with this line that you see here, this gray duct, anything in between that line and here on the move before this line will hit sight. So just run up and you can see it clear. Give it a throw. Bounces off back wall. Stops default plant. So outside of main, you know a lot of people, that's the only angle that they really can come from. So throwing out towards stairs is a very good option. So throw, don't even have to show yourself. Blinds anyone that's in market for the most part. And it's a pretty safe pickup. I think if you time it up well on the corner and up high, it'll cross over this and blind them through there. Alright chat, so the main one's here to clear sight. There's going to be a little nub right here in this cloud. So you want to go on the outside nub, take a step, and throw. Should land heaven and also hit dice. And the other one to clear Jenny is you're going to look at the top of this fragment right here. Throw, no movement. Clears all of Jenny. A site on attack. If your team has priority and is holding you here, if this is smoked or a walled, stand here, look up where this cloud intersects with these two prongs of the fracture. Right here, stand, throw. It'll hit all of heaven and all of dice. Only thing in heaven that's safe is right here. Credit, schmear. And then mainly, I think the best thing to do is stand here for flash, because you want it to go over the wall and land to be able to place, to be able to pick it up. You don't want to throw it around the side. It's easy to shoot. You want to treat it like a fade eyeball. So stand here at the bottom of the cloud, run, jump, throw. Clears all the sight, lands perfectly on sight. If you close door, take sight, you can pick it up. If you need to retake and you need to clear off main, just stand in line with this here window, walk up to it, look at the bottom point right here on the rafter, and throw. Can't peek it. Window. This point. Alright, y'all. I hope you enjoyed this GEKKO lineup for ASCENT. If you did enjoy it, please consider subscribing to the channel so you get more of this content, and drop this video a like. I appreciate you guys' constant support. I appreciate you viewing this. Leave a comment down below on ways I can improve on this type of content. Thanks. Appreciate it, y'all. Peace.